Oh, you done did it, Sam. Anyway, hey everybody, this is Retrokid Reviews, the almost week removed from Critical Role episode 92 for Campaign 3, and yeah, I think one of the memes on Tumblr said it best. Yeah, this was definitely my first time one of the party had to do a self-sacrifice. Now, we'll get to that when we get to that in a minute. The episode itself was actually really fun. Was full-blown escape after the bomb stuff from the previous week's episode 91. Go to the shorts on that, if anything else. And, yeah, the big thing, ever since I think the split party episodes is that everyone's, I guess, online ships are still together on the same table. Obviously, the Amadon side of things with Merchant and Laura's characters, with Lana and Imogen, obviously. I don't know if there was a ship name for the potential Orm slash Jenny being Orm's dad all along kind of thing. So let me know in the comments for that. The star of the show was surprisingly Sam. I'm him bringing back his "I'm not a cat" bit for a new ad. For I guess not a board game stuff. Basic ads. I'm not gonna go all day about it. The combat itself was pretty long. Leading up to SDG's sacrifice. So as you may have noticed, as of this recording, spoilers will be ahead because of that said self-sacrifice. So I'll start off with the false one that we all thought was going to be the permadeath, because Travis has been aiming his ass off trying to do it all campaign. Was Chinese because I think I don't know if it was like every time he was at cons last couple of years, he was like, "Oh, I had a third character on standby that was supposed to be the real guy all along," kind of thing. But I don't know, given how far in and how close to like I guess end game this campaign is, he'll probably save it for Daggerheart if anything, for campaign 4. So. I guess my overall thoughts with other CR content before we get to the ending. I'm very much surprised of how much I guess not aggressive, but like how intimate I guess Liam is going for Candela Obscura's chapter 4. Cause I only tuned out. I was watching it live, but then I want to rewatch it. Probably when the new episode drops. Of that chapter card there in case you guys want to see it yourself. For their gala episode, it had a lot of cool like features of like, oh, they're all masquerading, they're all trying to do like a new archival object kind of thing. Might be cursed later on in the chapter, probably knowing how the end game of that usually goes in Candela's case. So yeah. Also, Foresight I was pretty much broken up into a lot of stuff at the post shows. I think they usually had like a new addendum to like, okay, we're gonna make the gaming side of it separate video to the live show stuff that we have to do. So again, that's kind of me keeping up with it, if anything else, as far as their content goes. So, sadly, let's get back to the campaign proper. But before that, one last thing. Since we're talking about GMs that would love to TPK an entire party, Brentley Mulligan, I think, is bringing back his Unsleeping City campaign from Dimension 20 live here. I think next year in New York. So if I get around to doing a short of me being there live here in Brentley Mulligan, being full Brentley Mulligan, as a New Yorker, be pretty cool. Just saying. On to the main campaign while you're all here. My thoughts on FTG's, I guess, self-sacrifice against Odahan Thule during their combat initiative. Almost 3 hours of that. It was good. Yeah, you could definitely tell that Sam always wanted to do this probably throughout the show's history. I'm starting this series on campaign 3. So last of the memes is first time with self-sacrifice. Yeah, it's my first time. You can you tell? So long story short, I don't really have no notes. I'm not gonna like just D20 roll the rating of anything. I'm gonna say out of the gate nat 20 for the rating score, just because again, this is probably something huge Sam always wanted to do for the party, ever since like the first couple of times. My only concern is if it is a permadeath, who could he bring, either a new character or previous characters to be like a late addition into Bell's Hells? My gut says he's not going to do Scanlan out of the gate. For those who have been watching Campaign 1 mainly through the animated series like myself, last cards here to my reviews of both those seasons. I don't think he's going to do Scanlan out of the gate. It would be too easy. It would be too obvious. It would be answering way too many questions where he's been all last couple of campaigns. probably a headache just trying to explain to himself, so I don't want to see that either. The only one I think he could potentially bring, and go with me on this if true critters, just let me know in the comments as usual. Terry Darrington, of his Darrington Brigade. Go to the one shot if you don't know who he is. He has a history with automatons as well. I think his assistant is an automaton. Let me know in the comments if I've got that right lore-wise. So there's a strong chance, if he does Terry, there's a strong chance, because it's Sam, he would probably have to double voice somebody if they get FCG back and unpermadeath it. But again, FCG is an automaton, so there is a slim chance it might not even be a full permadeath. Again, we won't know till the end of the campaign. I won't know myself till this week's episode coming up. I'm filming this on a Monday before episode 93. So, yeah, I believe the comicbook.com D&D podcast basically said it best on their narration of the whole thing when the episode dropped Thursday, and them reporting the day after. That the rest of this campaign has now been back to appointment viewing, essentially, just mainly on the FCG front, mainly like how they're going to handle the body. It was shattered into so many pieces. Is there to rebuild it? Things like that. Do I think it should stay as a permadeath? Well, Bertrand's is staying perma. That was pretty obvious since early on in the campaign. So there is a slim chance that the no rules mentality they were trying to do with campaign 3 is still in play in spirit, but not like as mandatory as it's going to probably look in SCG's case. Also, for someone who had to sit through most of the initiative before having to probably have to rewatch the VOD for this week's episode coming up, you could definitely tell that Matt didn't really want to do this. You could definitely tell that Matt was trying to be as very fair as he could with I guess house ruling most of the 5e rules. Again, I am not a professional, or I just got into the hobby, so I don't know that much of 5e, so let me know if Matt had to go against the rules a couple of times just to keep a moment like this, I guess, a little more safe than it usually would be with this kind of like by-the-book 5e permadeath rule, if that is still in play again. So yeah, my final thoughts, it's a good episode. Like, if you're 90 plus episodes in and knowing that you're going into a 5-hour rush just to get out of Rudis back into Exandria, you could definitely tell the bells are going to be feeling a lot more in the coming weeks when it comes to preparing, I guess. The whole theme of like the whole moon mission and going into Rudis was essentially, it was supposed to be a recon. All this was supposed to be recon, gonna let you know. There's a lot of subplots I'm missing, mainly Orm's deal with Nanamori, if that was still in play or no longer in play once they went back into Rudis, once they found the back door. That is what everyone's been theorizing, myself included, behind the scenes. So again, let me know in the comments if that was Nana helping or hurting the party now that they went back into Rudis, knowing that the original form of the deal was done. I might have mentioned it in my live blogs, and so go to my Tumblr, as always, down below for that. So yeah, with my breakfast and a lot of vibes that I'm going to have to bring in to this week's episode coming up, what did you think of episode 92? If you're following the campaign, please let me know in the comments down below. And did you think Sam Riegel just pulled a MVP moment, even though Laura Bailey was doing back-to-back 31 rolls? Yes, I was still fist-pumping to that when it was happening live. You could tell in the live vlogs. Go to the go to my description for that on the links as usual. And yeah, until next time, I guess I could roll the end cards if I want, if I have a very forgiving d20s. Let's see. I'm gonna tray it. Pretty sure gravity's not gonna be in my favor. Yeah, no. 13 to the first end card, which is gonna be my Tokyo double review for Boom Booger, and the finale arc for Garo Hero to Steel Armor. And let me see if I can d20 over here. Also a 13. Yeah, this is not a cursed dice at all. To the Shorts playlist for my previous week's episode 91, and upcoming this week's, I'm assuming, part 2 of Life Death for X-Men 97. Sure here always to mournfully smiley day. To sub the channel, hit the notification bell down below, wherever the notification bell is now with the new comment section. Still working on it. If that's a Google feature or is it a Google hiccup feature on my end, please let me know in the comments as always for that. So until next time, I'm still very confused, but still not as emotional than most critters were. My apologies not showing it off. It's been a week since, so I don't know, maybe the morning process for me is a little better for characters like this. Sorry in advance. And until next time, I'm Retrokid saying, okay, if Sam comes back as SCG, he gets the biggest reward ever, the Tongues Cannon. if you know, you know. Just saying.